Am I on? The time's not moving. Am I in Facebook jail already? Anyone out there? My phone bill get cut off? My cell phone? Alright, it says 1, okay. I guess I just can't see that. I thought the time was running before. There's just no time running. Can somebody comment if you can hear me? Alright, you can hear me, Melissa? All right. Well, I guess I'll say some stupid shit, and then I guess we'll find out if people are watching. So I didn't finish some of the things I was gonna say in my first video, so I think I had like 50 views or something. So hey, that's my debut, so I can say it's pretty good, I guess. So if I get that many, maybe the same people are coming back, so I wasn't too bad, or maybe some new people are just coming on here to find out if I am bad. I wanted to add a couple things about that I forgot to say about Kobe Bryant. I believe her name was Gail King, and she had asked, I believe, Lisa Leslie. Like I said, this is kind of my basketball edition. I think she had asked Lisa Leslie about Kobe's rape allegations or something like that. So like one of my, black friends who is probably watching, or will hear this eventually, but he was like, man, like, that's like, black on black crime, whatever. Like, you just don't do that. That's like a black thing. Like, you wouldn't understand. And I was like, no, I understand. Like, it's wrong to me for her to bring that up also. But then my Asian friend, who, like if he's not on here, I don't guess. Well, this will be shared with him. But he was, he's kind of like the voice of reason, I guess, between the two of us, AKA the sober one, I guess, right? But he was like, no, like, she asked that question knowing that the lady was going to give a good answer. You know what I mean? That, he didn't do it or whatever like that. So he was like, that's good journalism, because he's like, anybody that Googles Kobe Bryant to do a book report or something like that, it's going to pop up, and he's not wrong. But at the same time, like maybe I'm kind of in the middle. I would say, well, not everybody's going to do a book report on Kobe Bryant or Google that. And, I don't, you can say it's true that he went through the allegations or whatever, but I personally, and once again, I'm sure there's a lot of white people, if they're racist white people want to call them whatever, but I'm sure they're like, that brother did it or whatever, I'm sure they probably think he's guilty. I don't think he's guilty. And, once again, this is comedy. But, the girl allegedly bragged about how he wanted to sleep with her. And then she had a special, back door to sneak into his room. And then, so, no pun intended. So Kobe probably maybe tried to sneak into the back door. And maybe she didn't like that. I don't know. No means no. It's been admitted that she said stop or felt pain or something, and that he stopped. Right? At least that's the information that I've read. I don't necessarily have all the information, but in my mind, she went to his room. She had already said she was expecting that. If she was just going for an autograph, whatever, why would she have to sneak in a special door? That time. And then after it happened, she bragged to people about how she did it. And then the girl had at least 2 or more different guys semen in her panties. All right. So, so once again, I wasn't there, but I really don't think he's guilty. So for that to be brought up, if you don't like him because he cheated on his wife or as a basketball player, whatever, everyone's entitled to your opinion. But in my mind, I really don't think he raped that girl. Does it look bad that he gave her some money and said that maybe she didn't want what I wanted? I guess yes, that can look bad. But knowing Kobe, he just wanted to get on with playing basketball. So and as a black man, I mean, granted, just kind of like OJ, Kobe ain't your typical black man, but for him to risk to go to trial, his word against her word, he still would have been putting himself in danger. So he had the means to pay the money and whatnot, and then he really had to pay money for that ring for his wife. So I know it's kind of a bad time to make jokes about Kobe, but like I said, I'm trying to defend his legacy. And the last thing I want to talk about is people are in the stores, buying up toilet paper, and which is ridiculous. I mean, I don't think one of the symptoms is diarrhea. I don't believe, but they're buying up all the toilet paper now. I did find out that it's almost impossible to find Louisiana hot sauce or even the cheap H-E-B brand. So maybe people do need all this toilet paper because they bought up all the hot sauce. So that's the only leeway I can give them on that. And people are wearing the masks and stuff in public, which is fine. It makes sense. Don't pass it on to anybody else if you think that you have it. And then people are wearing gloves, which is good. But the funny thing about the gloves, you're still touching stuff with the gloves. And if you're not washing your hands and then people are touching their face with the gloves on, it's no different than if you're touching it with your skin. So if they have the gloves on, but they're not doing that, that's unsafe. But then the other thing is, when I see black people with like snorkels on, I'm like, what the fuck is going on with this? Because black people don't like to get in the water. So I'm like, where the fuck did all these snorkels come from? So we're like running out of like masks and shit for, nurses and that really need these things. But then somehow brothers are coming up with snorkels. I'm like, what the fuck? Like they don't even swim. So I don't know what the deal is with the people wearing the snorkels and shit, in the store, black, white, whatever. It's just funny because, they say black people don't like to swim or whatever, once again, call it an unfair stereotype, whatever. But, this is what comedy is about. But then, speaking of inside the NBA, some black people, LeBron, it's the NBA edition. LeBron apparently is a badass swimmer amongst what can he not fucking do? He could play football, whatever the fuck he wants to do. And, but I guess him and Kevin Garnett and some people were on a trip somewhere and they were swimming, and Garnett actually got taken into the current or whatever you call it. Hey, I'm white, but I went to Hawaii. I ain't trying to snorkel swim in no deep water either. I don't care if I can see the bottom. It's too damn far for my fat ass to try to swim if I run out of breath. But anyway, I guess Kevin Garnett was about to get taken off or drown or some shit. But then LeBron jumped out and grabbed his ass with one hand like you're supposed to and swam with the other hand and whatnot. So I'm gonna go ahead and get off again. As I said at the end of the first video, hopefully this is actually the end, but I'll be looking forward to your comments. Share it to all your friends if it's safe. Hopefully my warning shows up when you share it. I don't know. I should know Facebook better as long as I'm on it. But yeah, I'm just trying to do something in these hard times to keep myself going. I hope I could. I brought myself some relief that I did this. I hope I brought a smile to some other faces today. Obviously, or if not, you'll know not to turn on my next video or unfriend me or whatever. All right, but good night, everybody.